crowds in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Tennessee Titans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead.
He'll buy some time right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 2nd down, it's Henry. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill.
Oh, he's going to go for it all.
And it'll be intercepted.
Snags it for the pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Remember, Charles, this is the #1 defense in the NFL, and they proved their mettle here, forcing the turnover on the opening possession.
And sometimes when you play a team that has that reputation, that's earned it by their play, the psychology is, okay, they're #1. They have to prove it to us, and they tried to attack. They found out that that ranking was real.
And if history is any indication, when this defense gets off to a good start, look out.
Yeah, their offense plays off of them awfully well, too.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
That is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hurts. That's swung out wide to Sanders.
And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted.
Picked off around the the 37. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Flushed out right. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Rohrwasser's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
He takes this from the 30 to the 34.
This defense for the Titans, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And down to the 11.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Hurts.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
Jeffrey Simmons make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. J.J. Arthur, the right side. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce-back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. From the 25 on second down, Tannehill, and that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
The Titans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. Looking deep for Julio. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. The arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The Eagles on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in a defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Tannehill.
Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Julio Jones. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17, Eagles 7.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Bud Dupree, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Hurts a handoff to Sanders.
And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another 2nd down. It'll be 3rd.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their 3rd down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. A big play there for Philly. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Here's Sanders. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts airing it out deep for Smith. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeVonta Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
The guy's man, complete. Sheds off the tackle. He's still barreling through. Touchdown. Tim Patrick, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans get the quick strike touchdown. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Here's Harris to return it. Now a hit and a loose football. And that might be Titan football. It is.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
Here we go. Ready? 41 Mike, right here. 41 Mike. Go, go, go.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And Jones has it over the middle. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Here we go.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now it's Tannehill. Open man, Julio. Touchdown, Tennessee. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's Harris to return it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
They'll run with Sanders. Sanders a first down, still going. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield.
89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Now a carry for Sanders. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Evans has got the first down and then some.
And he'll be out right at the 35.
Good work, boys. Let's ride. Let's ride.
So we reach halftime here with the visiting Titans taking the lead into intermission. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Here comes Harris out of the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Second down at 5.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Hurts gets this to Sanders.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him, and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's 2nd and 10.
To throw is Tannehill. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tannehill.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
2nd down, back to Sanders. 119 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off at the 21. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tannehill. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Not too many missteps in the red zone thus far. He was going for his 5th touchdown pass. His man couldn't shake free there, but boy, you know he's going to take another shot before this one's over.
Yeah, exactly, because you know 3 is good, 4 is excellent. You get 5, that's a whale of a game. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Second down, back to Sanders.
Sanders has the first down and much more. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Miles Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Eagles are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Elliott now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
On 2nd and 9, Tannehill.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Tannehill.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
The Titans on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6.
Tannehill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around.
As Sanders has it poked free. It's picked up by the Titans. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And maybe that one caused by the weather. Of course, the rain coming down. Charles, can you maybe, when you're...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
58, right over there, yeah.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll fire it deep for Rager.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball. After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
From the end zone, Tannehill. Forced out to his left. Into the hands of Patrick left side. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking deep for Julio. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jason McCourty.
And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurts.
Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Let's go. Interception, baby. Let's go.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Now it's Tannehill. Looking downfield for Jones.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Tannehill going to throw it. Man open, here is Jones. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of the Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000, and Troy Aikman, he was about winning. Because remember,
open man Julio, touchdown Tennessee.
Julio Jones.